Hello everyone, I will be doing my presentation on advocacy. So what is advocacy? It's defined as public support recommendation of a particular cause or policy. It can also refer to ensuring that people, especially vulnerable populations, are able to have their voices heard on issues. As an advocate, you support and enable people to express their concerns and defend and promote their rights. The two main goals of as a health advocate is protection of the vulnerable and empowerment of the disadvantaged. There are different types of advocacy. Representation, it's the most common advocacy role as that you'll take as a health educator. And the goal here is to advocate for education and behavior changes to improve the health of individuals and groups. There can also be an opportunity to represent the rights and health needs for those who cannot do so independently. So for example, as an advocate, you can speak up for the rights of individuals with mental health and learning disabilities. Another type of advocacy is community development. In this type of advocacy, the focus is to enable individuals rather than protecting or taking preventative measures. So essentially, you are a facilitator. And this usually means working at the grassroots level by working directly with community members, and it may evolve into empowerment to action. So it could potentially go beyond just giving people or you being an advocate for a certain cause or a certain group of people. Community activism, this type of advocacy moves towards mobilizing communities to actively challenge the causes of poor health with the goal of directly influencing policy. It also seeks to equip communities with political advocacy skills rather than helping one person improve their personal circumstances. So here you're actually looking at a community level, and usually we have people come in and educate the community directly on how they can mobilize and make changes in their own communities more at the local level. Social policy reform. This actively addresses causes of poor health and health inequalities. So typically this is carried out by experts. It's more like lobbying. An example would be pushing for legislative reforms to increase the legal drinking or smoking age. Social policy reform advocacy is usually carried out by organizations and groups instead of a lone health promoter. So typically you have many organizations who actually support and lobby a specific bill, for example. Some health education topics. One would be comprehensive sex education in schools and more reproductive rights for women, a very well-known organization would be Planned Parenthood. And aside from all the local health educators that we have, that Planned Parenthood has, they also advocate for legislation and bills. This picture was taken when I was fortunate enough to go to Capitol Day to advocate for 3 bills on behalf of Planned Parenthood. And we also have equal access to health care. So a great example of this right now is the Health for All campaign. It's supported by many organizations, including the California Endowment. And it's legislation that will allow all Californians to have access to health insurance regardless of immigration status. As of now, we have succeeded in passing, it's called SB4. It expands Medi-Cal coverage for children, but we are working on granting all Californians access to Medi-Cal and health insurance regardless